What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Subsistence. So where we left off on last episode really was just actually building the very first part of the base, the 3 quest items that it tells you to build, and that is the base platform, the wall, and then the BCU. We've done that, and then obviously from there I've just gone on an absolutely crazy harvesting spree. I'm assuming nobody wants to watch that, right? I mean, if you do, let me know and I can do some time lapses or something. But basically I'm just walking around the lake collecting absolutely anything and everything. I don't know what I need, so if I just grab everything, I believe that will do me good in the future. Now I know the tree grubs are good for fishing. The chickens I'm catching just by chasing after them and picking them up. The rabbits, on the very rare occasions I actually hit them with an arrow because I seem to miss most of the time. I'll get that. But actually I've stopped because other than getting the feathers and the fur, I don't really need much more. Now I did bump into one of the hunters that had just started building a base, and luckily for me I did manage to actually take him out. Hiding behind trees like a wuss, yes, but I took him out regardless. Also, there was a cougar I bumped into by accident. I don't know where that came from. I think it's something to do with the BCU being present as well. Now, he did kill me the first time, but I managed to kill him the second time when I went back and got my stuff. And then lastly, as I was walking across the mountains, which I didn't even realise existed, I found a nest on the side of the mountain, and I could see something in it, so I creeped down ever so slowly and got some feathers from eagles, and I got an achievement for that, strangely enough. I don't know what they're for and where I'm going to use them and if I'll use them, but I got a couple of eagle feathers, so there's that too. So this mass of harvesting has brought me pretty much back round to my base. Obviously I had to find the respawn and do all of that crap when I died that from the cougar, but other than that it's just the same. Getting wood where I need to. I don't know how much, I don't know what a lot of wood is, if that makes sense. So do I need thousands of it? I honestly don't know. I think the actual restriction is the other stuff like metal scraps and nails. So getting the wood from these trees isn't too difficult at all. I'm getting the larger ones for sure to make sure that I am getting the grubs, because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm struggling for food. This way I could just quickly throw together a bait for the fishing rod that I already have, and then just dive in and get it. Nice little fibre there, and a little bit of medicinal plant here as well right outside my base, before I go in to figure out what we can do with all of these resources that I have in fact got. As you can see, the fire is there. We have some meat left over, a couple of livers as well, but I'm not going to be able to get the other stuff to make the antidote, so I'm still poisoned. So we'll try and cook everything best we can. Again, watching that video, I mentioned it previously, using the bow, and then you shoot at them and run away, and shoot at them and run away. It takes forever, but it's easy in terms of its rules, right? You run and shoot, run and shoot, run and shoot, and then you can take down the wolves quite easily. Bears not so much, they take too many arrows, so I go for wolves mainly. But all we need to do here is just make sure that all of these resources are in. You can see on the score to the side, me eagle feathers, I've got 3. Again, I've got no idea. And then I've got 2 antlers as well. Now, I'm not going to lie, I cheesed the crap out of that. I couldn't hit the deer for the life of me. I just kept missing, and if I did hit it, then it ran so fast I couldn't catch it. But I actually saw one crossing the water, and of course it was slow, so I easily took that down, and then went and harvested it at the bottom of the lake, which is a bit silly, but it worked, and that's where I got them from. So yeah, the other stuff, can't remember what it's called now, but it's from the cats as well. So I've got a few resources there that are, I'm going to say rarer. They're rarer for me anyway, from what I've done so far. Now there is a lot of protein here from doing the chickens, the rabbits, and then the couple of wolves. More than I'm going to need really, because my health is quite full from the previous time that I died. I stocked up before I went. But it's usable, and I'm pretty sure that the gone off meat is usable anyway, so it's not the end of the world as long as I don't run out. And like I say, grub wise, I've been collecting those, though I can't see them in my inventory for some reason. I'm not sure where did they go, because you saw me collecting them on the way back, so I'm not entirely sure I know where they went. Yeah, I mean, we've already got one bait anyway, but I'm not... Oh, there they are, 8. Right, I can see it. Top right corner of the chest. So I've got 8, plus 1 that's already made, so that's 9 fish we can fish up, which is protein for days. So I'm not too worried. We'll cook it up just to make it last longer. I believe that's how it works. And then see how we go. Lastly, just to add while we're going through all of these resources, I got some weapon parts. They came from the person that I killed. I think... Oh, yeah, and I made a hammer. But it turns out I don't actually need the hammer. It said upgrade. I thought it could upgrade, like, the wood to, like, extra hardwood. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I've got a lot of the ores as well that I've been mining with the pickaxe, but I'm not entirely sure I know what to do with them either just yet. But we'll see. 74 nails, which means we can extend the base, and I will be doing that shortly, just to make it a little bit bigger and a bit more habitable for us. When I started the first time, I did a 3x3 and realised that that's really a silly size to make. So I think we're going to go with a 2x2 to start and see if we can get that into a completed base, just to make sure that we can stay out of the rain and bad weather, etc. Also, winter is coming, and I have seen that that is a problem. The lakes do freeze up, and you have to pickaxe your way through the ice to get through it if you want to go fishing. Also swimming. But I just want to have an actual fully built house for the winter. That is my only goal at the minute, because really I'm not entirely sure I know what I'm doing. So with the steaks done from the wolf, I've chucked on the chicken breast, the 2 chicken breasts, and the rabbit, just to get that cooked up. And our inventory is looking a lot nicer now. So we can go into here. We have full mass and full power, so that means I can indeed craft something. But what I hate about this is if you pick up stuff you can't carry, it just throws it on the floor. That's annoying, instead of just saying that you can't pick it up. So there's that to contend with. But yeah, any tips on that would be appreciated. But what I'm actually going to do is make another chest. Now I wanted to make the bed first, but I can't. I don't have enough feathers. So I'll go for the power storage first, and then likely the mass storage second. But obviously we've got to wait for the power and that to recharge. And we'll go from there. Again, any tips on what order I'm supposed to do that in, please do let me know, because I've got no idea. And I think that the power storage and then getting a generator of power to gain more power is likely what I'm supposed to do, and that's what I'm going to aim for, unless I'm told different. So just looking at my character, it does look good in 4K this game. The wooden building parts aren't fantastic, but the rest of it looks good. But we do have a lot of cloth, and we have a lot of feathers and various other things. Now the feathers I was going to use for a bed, but it transpired I can actually make a t-shirt, and then I could upgrade the t-shirt to a medium t-shirt as well. So I thought, why not? So we've got trousers. We're going to have a medium t-shirt, so like a tier 2 t-shirt. And then I'm pretty sure we can afford, well, I know we can afford the boots as well, along with some building materials to make it the 2x2, which is 4 in total. So chucking down that there, and then that as well. We can then put in a door. Now at the minute the whole thing's a door because it's not enclosed, but at some point it will be, I hope. I'd rather have more windows than less, but of course the windows are good for shooting out of, but also the hunters shooting in. So I'm not necessarily going to put loads of windows in like I normally would in these survival games, so I can see everything. So I'll put one on that side. Likely I'll put one on the other side, but forward, so that at least I've got a solid wall to hide behind should I be getting shot at. Again, remember, this is all science for me. And I really would like a option to like store the same. A lot of games have that. I don't think this one does at the minute, but it is early access, so, and there is a lot of in-depth things in this, right? So it's important to weigh on its merits, and there's a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I'm keeping the rotten meat just because I'm pretty sure that's going to be used for something at some point. Other games like Ark, for example, I always remember used to save it for actually making the tranquilizers, but there's nothing to tame in this game to my knowledge. You just pick up the rabbits or chickens and put them in a hut. So got a couple of bars there as well, which I'm assuming last forever. Found them in a crate. Now there is a plane coming in, and of course for the new patch, the plane crash is a thing. I don't know if it's always going to be a plane crash. This one certainly does not. It just flies across the map with no dramas, and you can see, I'm not sure if you're supposed to shoot it at the sky or not. I am not going to waste any more than 2 bullets shooting at it. You can see it just flies overhead. Now luckily, though I didn't know at this point, but you go on the map pressing M, and you can actually follow it all the way through, and all it does is seems to fly over the map and off. Doesn't seem to crash. And I'm pretty sure they're supposed to crash, so let me know what that means, or if that's going to maybe drop some loot. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure I know what it means, and I'm hoping that you guys can help me on that one. And there it goes. Never to be seen again, but you can kind of still hear it. So I'm not aware that it's crashed. I don't see any light from any fires. So I'm just going to go with it. Just flew by to say hello. It would have saw my fire though, right? And known I need rescue, and I'm not. Obviously, you can't get rescued in this, to my knowledge. It's called subsistence, which literally means to survive on one's own. So yeah. So then, just jumping back to the base, I've noticed it is indeed raining. We need to wait for the mass and that to charge up before we can do anything useful in terms of building the fancy stuff. So I'll put a little roof there, and as soon as I go under there, you see the wet then turns to drying. Really, I should have probably put one over the fire, but it doesn't seem to affect the fire, the rain, so that can wait, and I'll put one above the doorway instead. Like so. Yes, they're on the wonk to each other. Not everything's not in the same order. I'll fix that when it actually comes to the point of building a base properly, when I know what I'm doing. Because for all I know, this might be a terrible base design. The ones I've seen are very dramatic and not necessarily built to survive. Over there in the distance, so you can see a yellow light. That is, as far as I'm aware anyway, a hunter's camp, a hunter's bonfire. And therefore there should be probably a base there too. Just going to zoom in a little bit for you there so you can see it. Whether or not we can defeat them or not, I have got no idea. But I do feel like, and spoiler, we are going to find out. Whether it ends good for me or bad for me, I couldn't tell you. But the first thing I need to do is make sure I'm kitted out a bit better than what I am. Because the handgun, although it is a gun, seems to be pretty crap. I burnt my livers as well. So, yeah, I'll just chuck them for the fish. So, what can I build in order to protect myself a little bit better? The question is, can we build a shotgun? And surprising to me at the time, anyway, yes, I can. Can't build any shells, but I do have 5. So, 5 shotgun shells and a shotgun. I like shotguns because they're a kind of a panicker's gun to me. Basically, I hold it, and if I go, oh shit, something makes me jump, I shoot it. And that's how I'm going to work with the enemies. I am going to wait until they make me jump and then pull the trigger. Luckily with a shotgun, as long as you're close enough, it kind of destroys everything in front of it. I have seen from a couple of videos that I've watched that it certainly takes down a wolf quicker than the handgun. So I can only hope that it will do the same for a person as well. This is going to be the first time I'm actually going out hunting the hunters. The other time I actually just bumped into them and they started attacking me, and I just decided to fight back or die, and yeah, I nearly died, but managed to take them down first. And of course the cougar didn't go as well, as I've already mentioned. That wrecked me. Fire going out there, but it's not an issue because there's nothing cooking on there, and I'm not going to put any more fuel on it because there's nothing in base that we need to do. So we know where we need to head, and that is over to where that light was. So let's see what's over there. Okay, if my science and directions are correct, over the brow of this hill we should see a bonfire never mind. There's the fire, but there is his base. I'm not sure if you can see me. I'm not sure how good the sneaking thing works in this game. Again, This is a new playing Subsistence, right? But what I do know is guns kill people, so let's get as close as we can and then go boo. He had a... oh, he got shot on me there, but luckily for me, the recoil, that was... yeah, that went better than I expected. Yeah, the graphic detail on the people is terrifyingly good. So there is this platform. Now, a question to everybody that plays this and knows more than me, please do tell me. Is it worth destroying the base part here? Because it takes forever. Like, literally forever. It's 700 hit points and it's 1 for an axe and takes away, I think, 3 for a pickaxe. So, am I supposed to destroy everything? Do you leave it? Does it matter? Any help on that would be good. I don't believe I can do anything with the corpse. I'm assuming that will just despawn. No, you can't eat it. And I know that sounds disgusting, but... I mean, it's a survival game, right? And survival is survival. So, yeah. 2 shotgun shells there. I believe I got 2 off him as well. So, realistically, it cost me nothing in terms of health. Right, so moving on, I'm realising as well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have actually got a trainer running from previous testing just to try and figure out how to play the game. Now, obviously for the fight that we were just in then, that wouldn't have killed me because he only hit me once and I got him twice, so it's fine. And before previously that I mentioned, it wasn't running, so I've just left it on by mistake. Now, what I have noticed looking at the video edit is that I should have died due to what I believe is the poison. Now, any help on the poison would be appreciated because it doesn't go when you die, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. If I die, how does the poison carry on through death? I don't understand that logic. So, as it stands, although I had the trainer running for the health, it hasn't actually cheated into the game as such. Now, of course, moving forward, it will be removed, but I didn't actually realise when I was playing this, but I have just rechecked and made sure. Also, the save game as well on the checkpoints, and yes, in fact, it's not an issue there. So, what I actually need to know is the poison. I can make the antidote, which is fish oil, 5 kelp, and a liver. Do you have to do that in order to get rid of that mark and therefore stop you from constantly dying? Because it constantly ticks down, looks like 3 health every sort of 5-10 seconds or something, or 2 health every 5-10 seconds. Is there no other way of getting rid of that? Because I expected that at least dying would do so, and it doesn't appear to, unless there's something seriously wrong with my game. So that, and then obviously, do you destroy the bases or not? Does it matter or not? Are good questions that I could really use some support on, please. And we'll just carry on now with farming again. So coming back after restart to make sure that trainer, should I say, is off. Again, don't need to be doing any testing when I'm actually playing in game. And then it's just a case of collecting all the resources again and stocking up to make the base bigger. What I do need to do, and the reason I'm doing this is I'm just waiting for the power and the mass to build up again so I can build my next item. That's the purpose behind it. There was a pigoo over there, a warthog boar thing. I'm not convinced that they aggro me, but I don't know, so I'm not going to try it, and I really don't fancy being speared by one. So that is why I took the wide berth. So collecting fibre, woods, all the same as before. Any nodes from the pickaxe. And then we'll look at getting the bed built because I need to be able to spawn back at my actual base because I've died a couple of times. And it's always like 1,200 metres away, which is an absolute sodding nightmare. So we need to catch some chickens, which means running after the chickens. And as fun as it is, it's not too bad. Again, I can't catch the rabbits, they're too fast. So it's either that I'm crap at that or it's just not supposed to be able to catch the rabbits. But the chickens can't run very fast. So yeah, I can chase them without too many issues. Nice waterfall. I might have to build a house here actually because that is a nice looking waterfall. And we're back again. Got quite a bit of fibre while I was doing all that, but I'm not putting that in the time-lapse on purpose. So, returning back with ever more resources, ever more items, and another 100 and, what's that, 40 fibre, which is nice to see. I've got 23 in there. Only 7 cordage left, though. Some more feathers, 8 now. I think we need 10, though, for the bed, so it's not really helped with the bed, though. I did catch 3 chickens, I think it was. And I tried to catch rabbits, but yeah, that didn't go well. I just waste arrows trying to kill rabbits, to be honest, so the best thing to do, I think, really is stick to chickens. So what I can do now is get a fire kit crafted, and I'm pretty sure that's... People are going to say that's a waste of resources, but I don't know any other way. Keeping it running just wastes wood, right? I mean, I can extinguish it, but I always forget. So, yeah, we'll get another canteen made as well, so I can have 2 of those. I did have 2, but somehow I managed to lose one. I've got no idea how. So we'll get the fire lit. We've got 3 chicken breasts to cook, though we don't really need that much protein, but it's what we got from those chickens that we caught. And I don't want it was doing it for the feathers, really. And then we are lacking in fluids as well, so we need to clean the water as soon as that chicken is done. But on that note, we are at time for the episode, so I'm going to end it here. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like, subscribe for more to check out my other games. And also the questions that I put forward to you guys in the video, if you comment on that would be great. Again, thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.